notice me. I was sitting right there. Yeah, where you're sitting exactly. So, our host said something very important. He said, in fact, he was literally asking each, I think it was 6 persons, what do you focus on? Someone said climate change, what do you focus on? Someone said health, and so, I don't know if you still remember.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So it means that just stay on your lane. Really. You don't need to follow the crowd. Honestly. Just stay on your lane. And I can assure you, be true to yourself. Stay on your lane. Do your best. And before you do it, things will start falling into places for you. Really. The IVLP, whatever, I never knew I would be selected. I never applied in the first place. I was just selected by the US government. Okay. I've done a couple of stories that help out to account. A good example is the Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote. He was running a coal factory, a coal mining firm in Kogi State. And then the coal mining firm was contributing to miscarriages in the rural community and was destroying the farmland of the people. Of course, DSS came after me. I became the enemy of the state. But because before I ventured into that story, there's a website called ResearchGate. How many of us are aware?
Yeah.
Good. So I did a study and I discovered that people or residents who live around coal mines are vulnerable to having miscarriages. I never really believed it, but because it's a reputable platform, okay, where you have researchers across the world, and then I tried to domesticate the whole thing, and then visited Kogi State. I invited the scientists to take water sample and then the sand sample of just the bare ground in the community. It was taken to lab and eventually the results came out. And wow. Incidentally, an agency in the Ministry of Health was actually used to translate, of course I'm not a scientist, to translate the findings. And it came out that it's not a matter of time. The people there will soon start having, is it being cancerous or what have you. Fact. And luckily, I was asked to leave because my findings were true. And Dangote coal mine was shut down in Kogi State. So, I'm not telling you this story just because I want to make you see me as one superhuman. No. I'm just telling you, if you really want to do what is necessary, nobody needs to persuade you. Really, as an adult, just make the decision. Whatever happens, fine. Yes, I was being tracked. I never knew it was even my wife that got to know. Okay, my wife is also a journalist, for you guys to know. She discovered that my phone was being bugged. And that was how it started. Anyway, let me just go straight to the business of the day so that.
Before you dive to the business of the day, right? Hold on. There's something I forgot to mention. Some of you saw the same in the news, right? On the video I posted on the group.
Yeah.
Because of his coordination, he brought it.
Wow.
Okay, so we'll be looking at the Freedom of Information Act, the key performance benchmark for public health. So I looked at something has been ringing public. What's that title again? Civic. What's the title of this? Active citizens. Active citizens. Active citizens. So, if truly you want to be an active citizen, really, like seriously, then you should take advantage of this. Of course, I may not be able to cover everything, but once you get home, just download the Freedom of Information Act on your phone at your free time. Just study it, and then you can make it of it. So, Next slide, please. So the FOI Act is actually an instrument put together by the government. Okay, you know, it can also be used to hold government to account. This is one of the brilliant stuff that the most friendly or friendliest president, that's Jonathan, okay, brought up for us to hold him to account. I remember when this guy was leaving, he said something. He said, by the time I leave, you will know the difference between the real president and then I don't know if you get that gist. He was saying something about how he has been very friendly and you know, unlike the current, no, not even the current guy, the former dictator. Yeah, Buhari. So the interesting thing is, this stuff came up and it enabled everybody, everyone, including journalists, to ask questions. Each and every one of us, okay? Of course, we came from somewhere, a state, and we have representatives in the parliament, as of rep, as of senate. Now, every year, these guys in the parliament, I don't respect them at all, really. They get 100 billion naira as constituency projects, right?
Yeah.
Now, in fact, maybe I should even start. Sorry, please, what's your name?
Joshua.
Joshua. Can we get one more mic? Okay, yeah. So I always like my class to be very interactive, if you don't mind. So I can call you anytime. So Josh, when was the last time you visited your town? Where are you from in the first place?
I'm from Jos.
Jos. When was the last time you visited home?
I just came in from Jos.
Ah, okay, lovely. So who is the lawmaker representing your constituency? The senator.
Senator.
Yeah.
Senator Ticket Plan.
Okay. How long has he been in the Senate?
First time.
Oh. Okay. How about the House of Rep?
Honorable Shaya Lami.
Oh.
First time.
Please, let's put our hands together for this guy.
First time also.
Okay, please give me the mic. Bros, can you please pass the mic to him? Yeah. No, the next person.
Me?
The next person, please.
Yeah, the next person. Alright, yeah, you. Okay.
I'm not the one.
No. So, where are you from?
From Benue.
Oh, great. I like visiting your state. The last time I visited, gave me. Okay, don't let me tell you what it is. So, you're from Benin. Who is the senator representing your constituency?
It's Senator Abamo.
Again? Oh, yeah, I came back.
Yeah.
That criminal. Really, is really a criminal? You don't know? Oh, you don't know?
Of course, many people died because of him.
Interesting. So you don't know. You don't know about Moro.
Because of that. Because of that. Because of that. People died.
So, about Moro, right? It's actually new,
He
right?
should be in prison if it is were to be.
Okay, so when he was when he was a cabinet member, what did he do in your state?
I don't know much about the state because I'm based in Abuja.
So that means you don't travel to Benin. Okay. Of course, the reason why I'm asking this question is just to do a simple random sampling to know how many of us have been home.
So me, I can give an analysis.
Okay, please.
Okay, let me give analysis of the senator representing my constituency. That is Senator the Benue State, from Benue State in particular. That is the then senator representing Zone A, Suswan, Gabriel Suswan. I know Suswan is an active citizen. Let me relate it.
Gabriel, the same Gabriel, former governor.
Yes,
Suswan.
yes.
Is he not a criminal?
He is.
Wait. Sir, wait.
I have a personal experience with him.
I know he's an active citizen
I have a
because
personal experience with him.
Suswan unseated somebody who was there for years. because of his trajectory. Suswan did good as a governor, and then he tried his best as a senator.
Are you a politician?
No, I'm not a politician. Yes, Suswan is able to transform Zone A in particular. There are some places, I'm from Kwande local government. In Kwande local government, there are some places that you go to date. People don't know the essence of buying clothes in the market. And they have no, so they are still using lamp. That lamp that uses kerosene. There are some places in my own local government. The distance between such places to the headquarters is like 5,000 naira in this present economy.
Okay, so what's the point?
So the point is he has been able to bring infrastructure development in terms of electricity, construction of roads, and also schools.
Thank you very much for your brilliant reviews. Can we please put our hands together? Unfortunately, Suswan is not a criminal.
Na so.
Yeah, that's
Na so.
just check EFCC
Are you from
database,
Zone?
okay?
Are you from Zone?
Just check EFCC. See, there are a lot of criminals in the parliament. Don't just feel that because I mentioned Benue, okay?
Yes.
A lot of them, really. If you check the EFCC database and you check the most wanted, those who are actually most wanted, okay?
Yes.
You will see a number of some of these your former governors
Of
or
course.
governors who are currently in the parliament.
Yes.
I think I can mention 8.
Yes. Even him, he was invited so many times.
Thank you. So why am I saying this? I'm trying to create a kind of
But he did well.
environment so that we can all move at the same pace. So don't see those guys in the parliament as one miracle worker. No. So being an active citizen means you going to your state of origin, you going to your constituency, going to your ward, find out, go to the constituency office. What exactly has your lawmaker done, your senator, to your constituency? Most of the time, what they do is they use the constituency project, get whatever they want to get, buy whatever they want to buy, okay, and now keep them in the constituency office, right? So once it's time for election, what do? They bring them out and then begin to share. Did you get that?
Yes.
But you are in Abuja and you call yourself active citizen. How? No. My presentation might be different because I'm a journalist, okay? So I may not paint anything white,
Yes.
okay? I will be as blunt as possible. So being an active citizen means creating a campaign, creating an awareness. Most of the people in your constituency don't even know that these guys collect 100 billion naira as constituency projects. How many people in your
Very
constituency?
few. Very few.
Interestingly, most Nigerians don't even care about these guys in my constituency. I'm from Akwa Ibom, for instance. Okay, in Uyo, whatever. This guy, who's our current Senate president, okay? I don't want to call him criminal. Of course, we all know. He also facilitated some projects while he was a floor member in the Senate. What's the current status of the project? So all you just need to do is to write a freedom of information request to the agency of government that awarded the contract. I would have loved to do a lot of practical, but I'm not sure I have so much time. So, sending FOI to the agency of government that executed the contract, you ask, when was this contract awarded? What's the detail? When is it supposed to be completed? When did you do the open competitive bidding? So, another thing, beyond the FOI Act, there's another law I would advise you guys to take as a Bible, so to say. It's called the Public Procurement Act. How many of us are aware of it? Public Procurement Act.
Procurement.
Public Procurement Act. So, the Public Procurement Act clearly spells out how contracts must be awarded.
This one.
So, if UPEC, for instance, okay, is awarding a contract, UPEC is expected to do what we call open competitive bidding. Right?
Yes.
So which means that
Everybody can apply.
every Nigerian, even if you are from, where is that? Lela. How many of us know Lela?
Yeah.
Lela, where is it?
Front of Sokoto.
Thank you very much. Lela shares border with Niger Republic. I was still there last week. Even if it's somebody from that neighboring community that has the competence, he has the right to indicate interest. And if he has the competence, he's expected to be selected to execute the job. But that will never happen. Of course, you know why? Because of conflict of interest. So the lawmaker that facilitated project, of course, will always find a way around it and then gets the job and then all of that. So that alone is a red flag. Okay? Now let's just I've given you the meat of my entire presentation. So if you have any questions, start putting them down. So while I just run through this whole stuff. An act to make public records. I'm trying to check my time. When am I supposed to stop? Just 30 minutes. I'm not even started. Okay, no problem. I'll just rush through. So, an act to make public records and information more freely available, provide for public access to public records and information, protect public records and information to the extent consistent with the public interest and protection of personal privacy, protect semi-public officers from adverse consequences of disclosing certain kinds of information, official information without authorization, established whatever. Please, next slide. Next slide. Okay, now look at this. This thing we are proudly celebrating in 2011. Sweden passed it in 1766. Did you get that?
The best country in the world.
Like
Very
76.
good.
Sweden passed it in 1766. And even today,
They pay application fee.
government officials, I'm sorry, some of us that are close to government officials, they are still holding information. They will still hold it like it's their father's property. Do you get? And this is something that has been Finland 1951, US 1966, France 1978, Canada 1983, Nigeria 2011.
We've tried now.
Do you get?
What about other countries?
So
without?
the essence of having FOI, okay, is to promote open governance. Like, we just want to open it up. We are running a democratic system of government. And this money that you guys are spending is our money, taxpayers' money. We should be able to know. Some couples do joint accounts. Okay? I'm not a fan of that anyway. Yeah. But if you are a fan of joint accounts, it means that your husband cannot just dip into the money and start spending and give people up and down. No. You must carry ruler and
Draw a scale
pencil and start, okay, this is how much you take to the office today. Your mother, this one. These are this one. That kind of stuff. That is openness, right?
Yeah.
That's the essence. Next slide, please, because of the time. So, the philosophy, sanctions, exemptions. So now, the FOI also has its limitation. So we need to understand there's no absolute freedom, right? You see somebody wants to jump from Third Mainland Bridge. How many of us know Third Mainland Bridge? Some people have never been to Lagos. If you have never been to Lagos, please raise your hand. See, God bless you. You are an active citizen for telling us the truth. People that have never been to Lagos. Yes. And some people are even shy. They don't want to raise up their hand. What is the big deal about Okay, of course, now I'm on the mental notes. So I was actually trying to paint a picture that yes, you have freedom of expression, you have freedom, of course, to choose any religion of choice, you have freedom to drink water, whatever. But again, do you know that you could be arrested if you try to kill yourself? Right? That means no freedom is actually absolute. Yeah. The same thing applies here. Yes, you can demand for any information, but again, there are some restrictions. Take for instance, you can't demand for, take for instance, say, okay, I'm writing an FOI to. Okay, so under the FOI, any individual, group, corporate body can demand for information, and this must be responded to within 7 working days, except there's an exception. Okay, all of these things in the FOI. A different entity entirely, not a corporate entity. The same public service, they will write to you and say, okay, this information as a watchdog, whatever, of course. This is section of the Nigerian Constitution that actually mandates the press to hold Marshal accountable. Is it Marshal? I keep that Public Procurement Act. That's what it says. So now, number 3, the approved threshold. Do you know that as a minister, there is an extent of a project, or how can I put it now? There is a ceiling to a project you can approve, and that's why you see the palm step. You say, oh no, I can't approve this project. I can only approve project for buying of pencil and biro, you know, that kind of stuff. Then the other guy will say, okay, minister, I can approve up to 5 million. Then the other guy, minister, will say, no, I can't approve up to this. We have to take it to fake. How many of us know fake? Exactly. So at that point, all the cabinet members will sit and then they will deliberate and all that. So it must be within the threshold. Now, the procurement method is on the screen. Please scroll up. Okay, fine. So the procurement method, scroll up. Now, it's okay. The procurement method, the date of bid opening. So meaning that the date you actually open the bid for the Nigerians. Exactly. So the name of contractors, the contractors that bidded for that particular project. Now, dates of contract award, the date the contract was awarded. Okay? And then there is something that okay, fine. So the date of bid opening will enable you to the name of contractors will enable you to know all the contractors that indicated interest. So if you get that, then you'll be able to know. Imagine Julius Berger and Marshall company, competing for construction of bridge. Now gave it to Marshall company and left Julius Berger. That's the red flag. Now, days of contract award, the contract execution period, okay, the contract values, right? Now, the approved budgetary provisions. So oftentimes the approved budget is not always the released sum. Did you get that? Exactly. So oftentimes it is when federal government makes money, that's when they will now say, okay, fine, let's give you 50 kobo from the amount you've made, and then from that 50 kobo, do you get? So oftentimes they don't release all the money at once. They just give first tranche, second tranche, and then probably third tranche once you are done with the payment. Once you are done with the project. The amount paid so far, because oftentimes the contractor will say, no, I can't continue. Why? Because the money has not been completed. The payment has not been completed. Then the level of project completion, the remarks. So we will appreciate if whatever can be made available, either in hard copy or soft copy, within 7 days. That's what the law says. If you don't make it available within 7 days, you are going to be sued. So they know. Imagine this. The same instrument of government, we are using it against God. Please, next slide. Quickly, next slide. So there's this office of Chief Economic Advisor to the President during Buhari's period that never existed. Yet for 5 years, we're collecting the money under Buhari's administration. Who's close to Buhari here? Nobody. Don't lie. So the funny thing is, please let's take this thing off and then show the next slide. So it's called the Office of the Chief of